Okay, so this is gonna be a mess, but I'm hoping that it'll be adequately entertaining for those of you at home. Um, this is a podcast of sorts. I've wanted to make the vegan propaganda series, if I'm allowed to call it a series after only having 2 episodes. I've wanted to make this into a podcast type format for a long time because that just seemed to make sense. Let me make sure I'm actually recording. Okay. That just seemed to make sense to me as like I had a lot to talk about and I would just ramble on forever and ever, and I would end up with these extremely long clips of me just talking about everything and having to edit that down to a appropriate length for a video. It was a nightmare and I hated it. I hate like editing long footage of me talking. Partly because it's tedious and also partly just because I start to like hate myself. I start to think I'm so annoying at the end of like editing that I just don't even want to upload it anymore. And that's happened multiple times where I film something and I feel like okay about it, and then I spend hours and hours editing it and I listen to my own voice over and over and over again and I get so annoyed and I'm just like, oh, this is so annoying. I can't let people see this. Oh my god, they're gonna hate me. So yeah, and that's my editing process in case you were wondering. Well, okay. Let's talk about the fact that this is like the 5th time I've tried to record something like this, an episode 1 of sorts to a vegan propaganda podcast of sorts. I've had to do it over and over and over again because I just keep hating it every time. I think it's boring, or I think it's just low quality, and it is. There's just terrible lighting, or I didn't get to finish. I was just running too long. I'm not good at podcasting. I'm also hard on myself, but I'm also just not good at this. So we're going to try and get better, and you guys can give me feedback on this. Am I close enough to the mic? I don't think that I was. Anyways, so I've done this over and over again, and I've settled on somewhat of a format. I think one of the problems that I was having before was that I was just doing it. Like the whole time I was just talking, just aimlessly. And I'm kind of... Okay, 1 second. I'm kind of trying to follow a format that does a little different things here and there, so it's not so boring and not so just like me talking the entire time. I want to break it up. I want to break the podcast up with little interesting things. And also, another reason why it's so hard for me is because it's just me talking for so long. And I find when I'm, thinking about what other people are thinking about, like when I'm just talking to myself freely, like any day, I'm having the time of my life, my friends. I am enjoying the hell out of my own thoughts, my own conversations with myself. I talk to myself so much. But for some reason, when I'm doing a podcast or when I'm trying to do these podcasts, I'm so aware that this is going to be listened to by other people that I just start to think I'm so boring, and I don't know, I get so like awkward and I'm just like, oh, everyone's gonna hate this. Like, this is gonna be so boring. No one's gonna want to listen to this. So someday I should probably like bring on guests on this, because that would kind of, help the funness going. Also, I apologize for my chair. Eventually I'm gonna need to get like an actual like desk chair, office chair type thing. Maybe even one of those little like rubbery things that, smooth things that it like rolls on, so it's not just like stuck on the carpet all the time. Because I have like a regular folding chair and it squeaks all the time. So it's definitely picked up on the mic quite often. I've heard it back in when I'm editing videos, so I apologize for that. I'm trying to like sit as still as I can. But yeah, if you hear some squeaking, that's what that is. I apologize again. Anyways, so what I wanted to do was do like the intro where I'm just like, what up guys? How the frick is it going? And then I show you a beverage. And that might be a smoothie sometimes. That might be a kombucha. That might be an alcoholic drink if I'm feeling a little, fun. Or if I have a guest on and they want to get a little freaky. But, that just seems fun, right? So I'm like drinking while I'm doing this. I don't know. It seemed kind of fun in my head. It's also just like something else that's going on, not just me blabbering the entire time. Maybe I'll provide a little bit of ASM fucking R for you guys. But also because there will be a little bit of a like taste test within the thing. Spoiler alert, there's gonna be an eat section later, so this is like the beverage, and then we're gonna like have a little intermission later for like eating something. So it gives you a little bit of like maybe a little bit of unboxing aspect, maybe a little bit of ASMR like I just demonstrated for you right now, maybe a little bit of taste testing, a little bit of I don't know. That's all I got. But anyways, so sip number 1. I just wanted to talk about this because I'm obsessed with this brand of goodies right here. Zevia. I'm going to call it Zevia because that just sounds like a fun name. I'm not freaking sure, but I freaking love this stuff. This is my new, like, obsession. My new dream sponsor. If they want to sponsor me, that'd be freaking dope. Actually, not really. My dream sponsor should be something that's, like, expensive, right? Because I can afford this. This is just, like, freaking soda. My dream sponsor should be, like, I don't know, tiny homes or something. Like, give me a freaking free home. I want to be sponsored by, like, an apartment building so that they can just, like, you know, pay my rent. Anyways, so it's basically just soda that is 0 calorie because it's sweetened with stevia. And I mean, I think some people don't like stevia for sure. Like, that's not exactly, should I like put this, I don't think I can really, just like right there, but that's scary because then I feel like I'm going to spill it on my, oh, there we go. Here we go. Gotta do a little product placement, like in case you forgot what it was that I announced earlier. Here it is. So anyways, this is getting boring already, but so this is the ginger ale flavor, and they surprise me. They have like every soda flavor you would think of. They have like a Mountain Dew version, root beer, cream soda, orange soda, grape soda, cola, caffeine-free cola, Dr. Pepper. I mean, it's not called any of these things. They like have their own like, you know, non-copywritten names for them. But I love them. Like, it's just basically like LaCroix, like healthy soda, but this one's actually like sweet. And again, if you don't like stevia, you're not gonna like this. Well, actually, I've had some people where like they didn't like stevia in certain things, but then they're okay with these. And I think it's because it's also like drowned down by the like carbonation. They're very, very well carbonated. My favorite one is the root beer one, but that doesn't really mean anything because that's just my favorite soda in general. A few things about it is that they're clear, like they're all clear. So, all clear! Sorry. So, are my parents concerned that I yell sometimes spontaneously in my bedroom? I don't know. But, one time I was gonna make a root beer float with one, and, it's just a very odd experience. It just made me uncomfortable to have, like, a clear root beer float. Because normally I just drink it straight out of the can, so it's not weird because I don't see it. My head thinks it's brown, and I never find out later that it's not brown. But when you make a root beer float with clear root beer, it's just a little bit, you know, it takes you out of it for a second. But, anyways, I think everyone should try these if you like soda and carbonation, but obviously don't want to consume, like, a lot of sugar and corn syrup and whatnot. Because for the longest time, like, I gave up soda, like, for a long, long time. I never drank soda except for, like, maybe once a year. I'd have, like, a root beer float at, like, a birthday party or something, a family party. But I would often crave, like, carbonation. Or I thought I was craving soda, but it was really just carbonation. Because then I would start drinking, like, kombucha, and I'd be like, oh my god, this is the most amazing thing. And I do love kombucha, but I think 90% of that love just comes from having a carbonated beverage to drink that is not soda, not as unhealthy as soda is. But now I have these. LaCroix is fun, sure. LaCroix, honestly, I've grown to be okay with it. but it's still just like sparkling water. There's nothing that special about it. I don't know what the obsession is. I think it's just like an aesthetic type thing, which they do have a good like branding, good aesthetic. They have a fun name, Enjoy LaCroix. That's fun as fuck. But this is my baby. These are my babies, and I recommend them to all of you. I buy them at Sprouts. Yeah, so Zevia, my baby, my child. Definitely check them out if you feel like it. And also, they're like, I almost feel like they're too carbonated. Okay, now as I'm like double the amount in that I'm supposed to be, according to my format, let's get into the stories, my guys. I have a few, and by a few, I mean way too many things to talk about today, but, this is what we're gonna do. So, what I have tried to do to make this a little more interesting and, organized is I've tried to organize my topics into categories. And my categories are people, places, things, and ideas. And I don't know if that sounds familiar to you, but that's what a noun is, or at least what I learned a noun was in 3rd grade. People, places, things, and ideas. Ideas is really just the etc. category that is just like things that I don't know what else to say they are. So anyways, first we're going to start with people. And that's basically just like celebrities, basically. Kind of like the most annoying category. But it's happening. So, and also probably not a good thing to start with, but that's what we're doing because that's how it sounds right? People, places, things. I'm not going to be like things, place, people. That's weird. So, but unfortunately this may be the one where I'm the most cynical and negative because, I don't like a lot of celebrities or like activist groups. I think a lot of them are annoying and I don't agree with the things that they do. So, and this is no different. But anyways, so there's this PETA campaign, right? And I've said before that I'm not a huge fan of PETA. I've said before that I don't agree with a lot of the things they do. I hope to make a video someday. I know I say this all the time, but I'm going to say it again. I hope to make a video someday that is titled Everything Wrong with PETA. I don't know if you guys ever seen those types of videos, but I think it would be really fun to make, and there would be just so much content to use for it. I don't know how to work this camera device. I'm just going to hope that everything figures itself out. Anyways, so there's this new campaign featuring RZA. I don't know if that's like a SZA thing, like a RZA or whatnot, of Wu-Tang Clan. And I don't know if you can tell by my appearance, just, assuming, but I'm not the most knowledgeable on like old school rap, aka the Wu-Tang Clan. Don't know much about them, so I'm sorry. But yeah. Anyways, so there's this campaign, and I don't have anything against this guy because like I said, I don't really know anything about him. See, I don't know what's going on with my camera. Anyways, but there's this campaign involving him that they showed before a bunch of premieres of Solo, a Star Wars story, the Han Solo prequel movie, in select Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. movie theaters. And so first I'm like, what? Well, actually, I didn't even know it was a PETA thing at first. So I was like, excuse me, like a vegan thing before Solo? That's so strange. And then I watched it, and it was so strange. And, yeah, so I guess we're just gonna watch it. I don't really know how the rules play out with this kind of like copyright thing, if I'm gonna get like in trouble for playing videos in my thing, but as of right now, I'm just gonna go for it because I see everyone else do this, right? So it's probably fine. But yeah, so it starts out, and I definitely thought it was like a social justice type thing, like equality, everyone is equal, like love your neighbor even though we're different, like regardless of like race, gender, blah blah blah. Because again, I didn't know it was a PETA thing, but then something interesting happened. So let's just watch this little clip.
We are all the same in all the ways that matter. It doesn't matter what we look like, how old we are, what language we speak.
So at this point I'm like, true, like true who we love, true. And then he turns into a bear. And I mean, first of all, it makes me very uncomfortable to watch this. Like, I watched this and my face was just like, with each turn. It makes me uncomfortable. I think it's not something that really instills motivation in me. Maybe just motivation to, like, stay inside for a bit. Yeah, so anyways, I don't really think that we need to watch any more of that. But anyways, it's called We're Not Different in Any Important Way. And, like, sure, but also no. Okay, so here's my problem with this is that, oh god, I just stopped it at, like, the worst time. Like, this half woman, half chimpanzee creature. But, anyways, so my problem with this is that, first of all, it's just wrong. Like, the main idea is supposed to be, like, the lesson to take away from this is we're not different in any important way. That's the title of the video. But it's like, yes, we are. Like, that's exactly why humans have, like, the responsibility to like be vegan and to make these decisions and stuff, because we're the ones that are making all these freaking decisions. We're the ones that are so complicated and have to have this. So that's why, like, we need to take the responsibility to take care of these animals. That's the whole reason why we're vegan, right? Because we're like, we need to, like, make sure that these vegans, we need to make sure that, like, we, you know, are able to provide these animals of our earth that we share with them a good life, you know, freedom and whatnot. And just, I think anyone, like, biologists might be a little bothered by this. The fact that, like, we kind of are, like, different in a lot of ways. Like, I would consider, like, logical reasoning to be maybe an important way that we're different. And that's not fucking, like, discriminatory. Like, I don't... discrimination? I don't know. I just don't really see the point in this commercial. I feel like I can't imagine anyone watching this commercial and thinking, oh my god, like, I'm gonna not eat meat anymore. Like, I have to go vegan after this. Like, I need to change my ways because I'm similar to a chicken. Like, what... I think the way they should have made this, in my opinion, and again, this is my opinion. I'm not trying to, like, say, like, oh, this is stupid, and, like, I'm right, and I hate it, and therefore everyone else needs to hate it. You guys are free to share your opinions below, but this is just what's happening on this podcast for now. But, so what I think they should have done, if I was in charge of this, I'd never be working for PETA, first of all, but if I was, I would have made a video that was just the same thing, but no humans involved. Like, think if this was just, like, it went from, like, a dog to a cat to, like, a hamster to, you know, like, a bunch of different, like, house pet type things, and was like, you know, blah, 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 animals, we love them, we take care of them, they're our family. And then, like, all of a sudden it was like, bam, cow, bam, chicken, and it was like, these are all the same, like, you're being hypocritical. I mean, not, like, you, but, like, you know, like... these animals are, like, not different in any important way. Like, they all have thoughts, they all have feelings, they all want to be loved and want to be free and blah, blah, blah. Then, like, I feel like that would actually, like, make people think and be like, oh, whoa, like, whoa! And I feel like that would have made maybe some discussion happen, but I feel like something like this is just going to make people go, ooh, and just not impact from it. Anyways, I've talked way too much on one thing, and that's exactly what I was not supposed to do, so, moving on. Anyways, example of something I'm gonna move quickly by, but just mention, 10 cast members of the Avengers are vegan or vegetarian. Just, like, look at this. I found it very fascinating. I didn't know a lot about this. I feel like I knew, Peter Dinklage was vegan, and I knew that, like, Mark Ruffalo did a lot of, like, environmental, like, stuff. But, like, I didn't know about any of the other stuff, so I think that's very fascinating. If you're a fan of, like, the Avengers or some of the actors in the Avengers, check out that little link down in the below. I'm gonna put all the links for all these things. They're honestly mostly from livekindly.co, because that's just, I feel like they have a good format, and they talk about a lot of interesting stuff. But anyways, that's gonna be all linked below if you want to check it out. It's pretty cool. Anyways, enough about that. There's this fascinating thing going on. Harry Potter stars demand vegan butterbeer, and most of you probably know, but there's a butterbeer in the Harry Potter series. And I never really knew what it was. I knew that when they had it at Universal Studios that it wasn't vegan because I remember being disappointed. But I was like, shit, is there like actual butter in there? But apparently there isn't. It's a cream soda like drink currently topped with a dairy based whipped topping. So I guess it's just the whipped cream that's not vegan. And so you would think like, oh, cool. So we can just, if I go with my friends to like Universal Studios and everyone's getting butter beers, like I can just get one and get it without the whipped cream. But what's so interesting is they say it cannot be left off the drink due to licensing agreements with the Harry Potter franchise owner, Warner Brothers. So, like, what? Like, you can't just scrape off some whipped cream or just, like, not put the whipped cream on there? Like, I don't understand. I mean, can you just, like, sign a waiver so that you're not gonna, like, Instagram it or something? Like, I don't understand. That is just so ridiculous to me. Imagine being, like, a mom of, like, a lactose intolerant kid, or multiple kids, and one of them is lactose intolerant, and so, you know, all your kids want to get butterbeers, and then you find out that you can't just not have whipped cream on one of them. I mean, I guess you could just scrape it off yourself, honestly, but it just seems so, like, dumb to me. Anyways, another thing, this headline, okay, this, Emily, do you ever, like, know how to speak English? Okay, so Moby, who's a musician who's vegan, right? I could not name you one of his songs. I just see him all the time, this bald dude with glasses. And it's always like, Moby, push this person to support veganism somehow, or like push these guys to have vegan, whatever. I don't know. Seems like an interesting guy, sure. I don't know anything about him, but I see him here and there. So, anyways, Moby to crown Los Angeles most vegan friendly city in the US. And I see this headline, and the first thing that pops in my head is just like, why? Who cares? And the second thing is just like, fuck you. And I know that's dramatic, because, like, he didn't do anything wrong. But I just don't understand, like, why that has to be, like, celebrated. Like, everybody fucking knows, you know what I mean? Like, no, everyone who's, like, vegan and doesn't live in Los Angeles, or, like, wants to be vegan and doesn't live in Los Angeles, they are jealous of Los Angeles for having so many vegan-friendly options and, like, vegan restaurants and vegan festivals and all this stuff. It just seems like just, like, another, like, shove it in your face, like, humble brag to, like, everyone who doesn't live in LA. I don't know. I just don't know what the point of this is. It just seems like a little humble brag for no reason. And in other news, something that happened that a lot of people are talking about lately is Kat Von D, tattoo artist and beauty mogul. Is it mogul, or mogul? I'm not sure. I think it's mogul. That sounds right, right? Anyways, so she got married, had this like super goth wedding, and it was super cool, and everyone was like, oh my god, goth. And then now she's pregnant, which is like, that's cool. But the problem was that in her, like, announcement about the pregnancy, she says she has the intention of raising a vegan child without vaccinations. And I don't know much about vaccinations, but, seems to me like that's bullshit. 'Cause, like, from what I've heard, it's like the people that choose to not vaccinate their kids, it's either because vaccinations or vaccines or whatever are not vegan, or because of the, like, autism myth. But I'm thinking that the reason why she's not wanting to vaccinate is not because of the autism thing. I'm thinking it's because of, like, the vegan thing. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure the autism thing, like, you know, that, like, if you give your kids vaccinations that there's a chance that they're gonna be autistic. That's been, like, disproven by many people. So hopefully she's not still thinking that is the case. But it's probably the vegan thing, because she said it along with her announcing that she's gonna raise a vegan child and whatnot. And it's just an unfortunate thing for, like, veganism to be connected to. And luckily a lot of vegans are speaking out about this. Like on my Twitter, I've seen so many people. Some people are just fucking ruthless. But there's a whole like controversy argument about like medicine in the vegan community and how like medicine, as in like something like Tylenol or whatever, is not cruelty free. It's tested on animals. But it's like, should you like suffer from constant pain just because it's not like 100% vegan? I don't think so. There are some vegans who will not take any medications, or they refuse to because they're tested on animals. But to me, it's like, that just is stupid. That seems like it doesn't make sense to me. The benefits don't really outweigh the costs. And also, I feel like the most important time to boycott something and to choose, to try and influence the system is when there's another option. So, like, for medicine, if there was, like, a reliable source of, like, every medicine that was cruelty-free, that'd be freaking dope. Then, like, go buy that. You know what I mean? Then you can boycott the other one. But if that's the only option, which it is, to take non-cruelty-free medicine, take the freaking medicine. Like, don't die for the vegan cause. Some people, like, say, like, oh, I'd rather die than eat meat again. Like, what? Who does that help? Like, that doesn't help anybody. I don't know if they think they're going to go on the news as, like, this guy died for the vegan message. Like, everyone's just going to think you're an idiot. Like, no one's going to be like, wow, I'm so inspired. I have to go vegan so I can be as inspiring as this guy. Like, they're going to be like, that dude's crazy. Vegans are crazy. So, anyways, that's my take on that. I think I can move on to the next thing, which is places. Places, everyone. Places. It is just so much carbonation in this here can. Okay, so first let's talk about IKEA. Oh, I didn't explain what this is. So places. Places, I mean to be like stores, restaurants, cafes, coffee shops. Like places, basically. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyways, so you'll get the gist of it. So first we're going to talk about IKEA. IKEA is doing some interesting stuff right now. They're coming out with a vegan, dairy-free soft serve ice cream. I've never been to IKEA. It's one of my dreams. It's definitely on my bucket list, which is pretty lame, but everyone talks about IKEA, and there's like memes, like IKEA memes. Like IKEA, I feel like is a meme itself. And I've never been able to oh my gosh. I've never been able to experience this meme. My camera's gonna die. Holy crap. And we're back, guys. I'm gonna move this out of the way because I can't see myself at all. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so IKEA, I've never been there. It's a meme. Seems like a fun place. Everyone's like, oh my god, you're in there for hours. So yeah, anyways, they're gonna have a dairy-free soft serve, which is pretty fucking dope. And I'm really hoping that it's gonna be like actually like vanilla soft serve or chocolate or something, not just like a sorbet soft serve, because I get so annoyed when companies like boast that like, oh, we have non-dairy options, we have vegan options, and it's just like sorbets. I've never been the type of person who like voluntarily gets a sorbet at a place, like for any reason. I only get sorbets at an ice cream place if that's the only dairy-free option. Otherwise, I'd rather have anything else. Not anything else. But another thing about IKEA is that they're selling sustainable seaweed-based vegan caviar. Which, another thing, I've never experienced caviar. Don't really want to or care. I could go my whole life without ever eating caviar, and I wouldn't really care. I think I would only try it just to know the experience, and also it'd be good for like, the tube. But yeah, so that's a thing. I should move on before I just start rambling about how caviar freaks me out. Also, Something you guys have probably heard about is the KFC situation. KFC to trial vegetarian option and healthier sides in UK in a bid to slash calories. So there's no like confirmation that this is gonna be like vegan yet, which is quite potentially upsetting because yeah, it's just gonna be really sad if they came out with like a whole chicken bucket, vegetarian chicken bucket that was vegan except for, oh, it's got eggs in the batter. Like, that would suck. That would be so upsetting. I would be so upset. But also, another thing is that I don't know if I've seen a confirmation that. Let me just do a quick read through of this just to make sure I don't sound like a dumbass. Well, okay. So they're using the phrase vegetarian chicken, but a lot of the time I just see vegetarian option. So I don't know if people are just assuming that it's going to be chicken or if somewhere there was a confirmation that it's going to be a chicken product. Because I can just imagine something very disappointing happening, like, oh, they actually do have a vegan option now or a vegetarian option now, but it's like a black bean burger. And like, that's great. Like, having something at all is just amazing. But like, vegan chicken bucket, like vegan fried chicken in a bucket. Do you understand the potentials of this? Anyways, so moving on. Oh, actually, another thing that I want to talk about. Veg news. Is it veg news, veg news, veg news? I'll never know. I'm going to say veg news, though, for now. They did a little April Fool's thing because they think they're so cute and funny on April Fool's this year about how KFC is going to have a vegan chicken bucket with, like, vegan mayo dip or whatever. I don't know. They've done this before, too, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't think it's funny. And I'm not even the type of person who gets, like, offended easily, but I just, like, don't think it's funny. I just think it's sad. And, like, I don't know, it seems like something that, like, Arby's would do. Actually, they have kind of done that. But anyways, I don't know, it's just disappointing. So basically, Veg News, whatever, does these articles where it's like, ooh, this really mainstream and, like, accessible place is now going to have this insert really cool vegan option that everyone's going to love. And it starts out like very realistic. Like it sounds like it's something that's actually going to happen. And so people get really excited. People share it on social media. And then at the end of it, it's like, haha, just kidding. Like, that's actually not going to happen at all. Like, fuck you. Like, the world sucks. Not really, but they say April Fools, and then everyone's like, oh, haha, this is embarrassing and sad. And so, yeah, I just think it's upsetting. But that's just my opinion. Maybe you guys thought it was really funny, but another thing that the UK is gonna get that the America isn't gonna get. I mean, at least not for now. They'll get it. Well, I feel like. I mean, I get excited when something happens in the UK. Like you guys have like Pizza Hut has vegan cheese in the UK or whatever. It's like I'm jealous and I'm sad because I'm like, oh, why don't we have that in the US? But at the same time, I'm like, that's amazing because it's going to, like, if that happens in the UK, it's eventually going to happen in the US, especially if it's, like, successful in the UK. So, I mean, a step forward for one country is a step forward for the world. It's just, maybe a little later. But, depending on where you are. But anyways, Starbucks now has 4 new vegan menu items, including a raspberry cake, a falafel wrap, a kale and jalapeno slaw wrap, and some mango thing. So that's pretty cool. If you live in the UK, congratulations. Our Starbucks at least has those like chickpea Cheeto things that are pretty good. Anyways, also there's a vegan burger at Hungry Jack's fast food chain, which, so from what I've seen and heard, is Australia's version of the Burger King. So that's pretty cool. Speaking of other countries that have it better than us, isn't the Burger King veggie burger in like every other country vegan, but then in the US it isn't? That's fun, isn't it? Anyways, also Minnesota Twins home stadium Target Field named most vegan-friendly ballpark in America. I was just in Minnesota. My parents even went to like a game in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, and I didn't go because I wasn't there yet. Because I told them, you guys can go to the baseball game before I even get there because like I don't give a shit about baseball. Like you're just gonna pay for my ticket and me and my cousin's ticket who was coming with me, and we're not even gonna like pay attention. So. But apparently they have, like, a lot of plant-based meats, burgers, hot dogs, tacos, burritos, pizza, Indian food. But it's fine. Still would have had to pay us an expensive ticket. But just so you guys know, if anyone's a baseball fan, I don't know how many people that watch me are baseball fans. I'd love to see a Venn diagram of, like, baseball fans and, like, a chill vegan fans. That'd be fun, right? My dad. The whole thing would just be, like, my dad and Kristen. Shout out to Kristen, my friend. Anyways, vegan fast food chain Amy's drive-thru to open second Californian location. I've still never been to this place. Again, I'm sorry about the squeakers. But I've wanted to for so long. I fucking love Amy's, the brand Amy's. It's like a vegetarian brand. I believe that everything is vegetarian, but they do have a lot of vegan things. But the place, the actual drive-thru, I thought was vegetarian also with vegan stuff. But this is saying vegan fast food chains, so unless they're wrong. Oh, now it says vegetarian drive-thru. That's a little confusing and misleading, Nadia. But, anyways, the aesthetic of the packaging, graphic design of this stuff is just so cute. Amazing. I love it. Wow. In one of the other times when I recorded this podcast and then hated it, I was talking about how, like, I feel like vegan, like, packaging and branding and stuff is just so cute. Like, I so often see, like, new vegan products, new vegan companies come out, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, graphic design on point. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it's just, like, that's just they know their market because vegans like, ooh, plants and, like, cute green plants and cute bright colors and shit, nature and whatever. I don't know. But, there's just so many, like, what is it? Chloe? By Chloe? That brand, like, I've never been there also, but I just so badly want to, like, just experience it. Just the whole, like, experience in all together. And I feel like companies, restaurants, they underestimate that so much, especially now that I want to, if you guys didn't know, I want to have my own cafe someday, fast casual restaurant. But especially since I'm in the mindset of that, I'm so critical of, like, restaurants that I go to these days because I'm thinking, like, how do I need to, like, do better than this place? Like, how do I need to, like, what can I learn from this place, basically? But I feel like so many companies, like, cafes, restaurants, coffee shops, whatever, underestimate how important it is to make things Instagrammable. Like, if you make your packaging of your products, if you make your cups, your bowls, the way you plate things, the tables that you have in your restaurant, the lighting in your restaurant, the backdrops, like the walls and stuff in your restaurant, if that is all, like, cute AF, then people are going to Instagram it. And that might seem like, I think a lot of people would think, like, like, we don't care about Instagram. We don't care about followers and, like, likes. Like, we're not about that. We're just about making good food and blah, 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 blah. Like, no one cares. Instagram is free promotion because not 99, that's such a bad, just, like, statistic to throw out there. But most of the time, or at least a lot of the time, people are going to tag you if you have your own account. Like, if the restaurant has an account, people are going to tag it in that picture, or they're going to tag the location or whatever, and that just shares you with all their friends. And if someone, like, wants to know more about your company, then they can look at your tagged photos or your tagged location or whatever and be like, oh, this is all the things they sell. That's so cool. I want to go here. Like, how do not... Okay. Now I'm just talking about branding. But anyways, speaking of another company that has like interesting packaging, minimalist packaging, is this brand called Malk. Vegan milk brand Malk partners with Greenway Coffee to open plant-based cafe. I believe this is in Houston. So if you're in Houston, look out for a Malk Bev bar. But I just wanted to talk to put this in here and mention this because it's been 13 minutes since I started again. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but there was this like skit on YouTube called Malk where this guy was trying to ask for milk, but he was saying Malk, and then it ended up with like people shooting people. Yeah, really good time. But I feel like that's what a lot of people are gonna think of when they see this brand because that was like a popular video on YouTube. So like I'm pretty sure it got around. Please let me know if you've seen that video. Comment on this video and be like, I've seen Malk. Anyways, so yeah, that exists. They make pecan milk. That's fun. Or pecan malk. That is just, I can't say that. That just makes me cringe in my bones. Anyways, UCLA, honestly, I'm so jealous. Vegan restaurant chain Veggie Grill replaces pizza joint at UCLA. Apparently, a lot of the students at UCLA voted for a healthier vegan and vegetarian dining options, so they were able to get a Veggie Grill on campus. Another place that I've never been to, but also another place that has really cute packaging and like branding and stuff. But what the frick? Like, we have like nothing on my campus. The most like vegan-esque place we have on our campus is like a smoothie place, and it only has like a couple vegan smoothies. Like most of them aren't even vegan. So that's fun. But I have to remember that these people going to UCLA are paying a shit ton more money than me to go there. So, you get what you pay for, I guess. I think I need a new microphone and headphone duo because I'm hearing some gross sounds in my ear. I guess this is the break now. This is the break. Okay, hopefully I'm not like way too far into this. I'm sure I am. Okay, so another intermission. This is the eat section. And what do I have for you today? I have these Surf Sweets Sour Worms by Wholesome, made with organic cane sugar, allergy friendly. No synthetic colors, naturally flavored, and vegan. They're just vegan gummy worms, guys. Nothing too crazy. I got these on Thrive Market. They have a lot of vegan and natural-ish candies on there, in case you guys didn't know. So I've never been like a big candy person, mostly just like chocolate bars, but I find it fun to try these things. I really want to try, they have like vegan Starburst type things on there. So someday maybe I'll use those in a podcast, but anyways, we're gonna do sour worms right now, so. Also, I should say, I want these to be like try things. Like I want these to be like taste tests, but this episode, since I was ill-prepared, are things that I've tried before. But hey, it's still fun, right? So, here's a gummy worm. They're all like the same color scheme, which I feel like is a little disappointing, but it's fine. I'm an adult. I don't complain about silly things like gummy worm colors. Okay, so basically it's a gummy worm. It's pretty good. It's not that sour. It's not really the sour that sour gummy worms usually are. Like, this feels like a natural sour, like it came from limes or something, or lemon. I think they're really good. They're really sweet. I think it wouldn't disappoint me as a child to be given these. Another thing is this bag, which is a pretty decent sized bag. It's got 2 servings in it, whatever a serving of gummy worms looks like. But this bag was $1.99, I think, or something like that on Thrive, which I feel like is a good deal. Because it's like, there's a pretty good amount in here, and it feels like when you're eating them, they're more dense than regular gummy worms also. Like, they would stick with you. So yeah, moving on. So excited about this. Oh, wait. So this is things. We're on the things category now, which is really just like products, new products. So, Ready Whip is coming out, or they came out with vegan whipped cream. They have an almond milk one and a coconut milk one. I'm so excited. Someone sent me a picture of it. They found it in store on Twitter. I'm going to put that in this video. But, so basically, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, they've already had vegan whipped cream. Like, this brand has vegan whipped cream. Like, this brand has done it before. Like, blah, blah, blah. And that's great. And I've seen that before. But the only time I've seen non-dairy whipped cream in real life, and honestly, I haven't looked that hard, but I'm just saying, the only time I've seen it in person, it was $7. And I don't know about you, but that's not something I'm going to pay for. $7 for a can of whipped cream. No, thank you. I'd rather just forget that whipped cream exists. You know what I mean? You just kind of like, whoop, like, what's whipped cream? I don't know. But I think this is really cool because, first of all, whenever like a big brand comes out with like a vegan version of their product, aka, what is it, Coffee Mate came out with like vegan non-dairy creamers, and the other fancy, I mean the other popular creamer company also came out with like vegan ones. I can't remember what it's called. But anyways, when that happens, they are able to control the price a lot easier than, like, say, a smaller vegan company that's just trying to make it into the market is able to regulate their price, because they have a lot of power in the market already because they're already like a very established company. But also because another reason why I'm excited about this is because someone who wouldn't normally buy like a vegan version of something like non-dairy creamer or non-dairy whipped cream or something like that, they're much more likely to be like, oh, I'll check that out if it's like vegan Ready Whip than like vegan, like a specialty vegan company made their own whipped cream or whatever. You know what I mean? Because they're like a popular brand and they've been in the market for so long and like everybody trusts them. Not everybody, but you know what I mean. You expect that if they're going to go through the trouble to like come out with like a special diet friendly version of their product, that it's going to be like pretty good. Like it's going to be pretty mainstream acceptable flavor and quality wise. So, yeah, that's why I'm excited about it. Trader Joe's has a rainbow wrap. I'm not sure if it's a Pride thing. It seems like it is because I heard about it during like Pride time. But maybe that's just how it happened. It doesn't say anything about Pride on it, but it's rainbow. It's got like a pink tortilla. It's got sweet potato, curried hummus, beets, spinach. It's pretty honestly nasty looking, but I'm still gonna eat it and it's probably delicious. You know what I mean? That's just kind of how like packaged meals are half the time though, you know? So it's okay. We forgive, we forget. And we move on. Also, Trader Joe's recently came out with matcha almond beverage and blueberry lavender almond beverage, which is very exciting. I would love to try those. I have not been, I mean, those came out a while ago and I have not seen them or tried them because I have not been to Trader Joe's in so long, which makes me sad girl. I've become a Sprouts girl now because I used to go to community college and our community college is quite close to the Trader Joe's. So at that point I was a Trader Joe's girl. You know, I was like going to Trader Joe's like every week and like, you know, getting snacks there and like dried mango and but now I don't go to that community college anymore. And the closest health food store to me is Sprouts. So it's like whenever I need something, I just go to Sprouts first because it's just there. But I think I'll always be a Trader Joe's girl at heart. You know, there's just something about those little shops. They're just so, like, chill and special to my heart. Anyways, plant-based beverage Som Sleep will help you fall asleep in 30 minutes. Amazing, right? Crazy. There's this photo where they, like, basically tucked it in to bed, and I think that is so cute. Yeah, anyways. I tried to read the ingredients of it, and it seems like it's just, like, sugar water with, like, some stuff in it that makes you sleep. Which, honestly, like, that's fine. There's a sugar-free one, though, and I'm guessing that's just stevia. But I'm just, like, wondering what it tastes like. That's always my concern. But I guess if it's, like, this or sleeping pills, it shouldn't really matter if it tastes amazing, because sleeping pills don't have an amazing taste to compare to. But definitely if anyone tries it out, let me know. It's got like something in it that's similar to, or it's naturally found in green tea. So I'm guessing that's part of what the sleeping stuff comes from. Magnesium, vitamin B6, GABA, GABA. I don't know what's going on here, but it's a little can of something that makes you sleepy sleep. So somebody try it and let me know. I have a feeling that I'm never going to see this product in person my whole life. Anyways, Crayola came out with makeup. What the fuck? That's the most, like, millennial thing that's happening. But Crayola Beauty launches 95 vegan and cruelty-free shades in ASOS, and you can only buy it on ASOS, which is interesting. It's more on the pricey side for sure, but it's not, like, ridiculous where it's, like, no one's gonna buy it. It doesn't seem like the most practical of shades. A lot of them are like really bright colors and such like that, but there is also like a palette that's like warm, like nudes or whatever, and some like normal lip colors along with the like blue, purple, black, green, orange, yellow, every color of the rainbow. I mean, what would you expect from Crayola? It'd be a little disappointing if Crayola came out with makeup and it was just like nudes and pinks. I think it's really exciting because it actually, like, all the makeup actually looks like crayons. It's got, like, the design of, like, a crayon. And some of them, I don't know, I think just the ones that come in, like, packs. There's, like, a trio. There's a mermaid trio of, like, these face sticks. I don't know what that is. But they come in what looks like a Crayola colored pencil box, which I just think is just adorable. So I can see a lot of people just buying it just to, you know, take pictures of it and say they own it and show it to their friends and stuff, because I get it. Like, I get it. I honestly want to try stuff, and I'm not even, like, a makeup type person, so you got me there, Crayola. You got me. Vegan German non-alcoholic Joybrow protein beer expands worldwide. I am confused. I am Confucian. It's beer, right? But it's not alcoholic, and it's for, like, post-workout. Like, it's got a bunch of protein and amino acids in it. They're like, we both worked out, trained together, and met regularly with colleagues at the bar after work, as you do. Neither of us were keen on the taste of protein shakes and drank them more for the health benefits than the taste, so we thought there must be a way to combine the delicious taste of beer with the health benefits of a protein shake. And that is the most unrelatable sentence to me and my life and brand and personality and self and lifestyle that I've heard in a while. Beer's fucking nasty. I mean, honestly, no, it's okay. The more my dad makes me try different beers, the more I can tolerate the taste of a beer. But also, like, what? Why make beer that doesn't have alcohol in it? And also, like, I don't know. I'm just fascinated, I guess. I mean, they're German, right? So that kind of just, like, explains the whole thing, right? That just kind of, like, excuses it. It's not supposed to be, like, offensive. I'm German, too. So I'm not, like, German, but I'm German to a degree. Both my parents have German in them. So nobody get offended by that, please. I don't know anything about any country ever. Not even my own. Let's be honest. Anyways, meaty vegan chicken. Okay, take a shot every time I say anyways. Meaty vegan chicken and beef pies coming to Walmart stores across the U.S. They look pretty cool. Honestly, they are Hot Pockets. So that's fun. But they're beefy cheddar, chicken veggie, pizza, That's chicken veggie, comma, pizza, and buffalo chicken are new flavors available in the line by Alpha Foods. And also select Wegmans and Kroger stores will also be stocking the new pies in June and July, respectively. So pretty exciting. Look out for those. Ready in 2 minutes. Meatless chicken with dairy-free mozzarella and a zesty buffalo sauce. That's the buffalo chicken one, obviously. But could be gross, could be amazing. We will never know until we try it. But just the fact that it's at Walmart at all is pretty dope. Walmart actually has, when I've gone to Walmart, I'm not a typically like frequent Walmart shopper, but I do go there like, every once in a while. And they seem to have like really good vegan options for like what you would think that Walmart would have. Like each time I go, I seem to see more and more like vegan stuff, whether that's vegan like beauty and hygiene type things or vegan protein powders and protein bars and stuff like that, or vegan ice cream. I actually saw the first non-dairy ice cream in person. I mean, non-dairy Ben and Jerry ice cream in person in a Walmart. I had been searching for it for a while, and the first time I saw it was in Walmart. So Walmart and Target are both doing really well as far as like vegan stuff, which makes me very happy because those are highly accessible stores to find around the country and the world. Walmart's international, but is Target international? I'm not sure. It probably is, right? That's something that I should know. Anyways, world's biggest food company, Nestle, is working on vegan products to keep up with competition. This article does not tell you what it is. It doesn't tell you any details. It doesn't tell you when it's going to happen. It just says, like, Nestle's doing something. So that's fun, right? I'm trying to go through this a little faster, but this podcast is going to be fucking long. But you guys always act like you want, like, more and more content, so hopefully you're okay with this. Anyways, just play it while you're, like, getting ready in the morning, right? Or when you're, like, cleaning your room or something. If it takes you, like, an hour and a half to clean your room, that's maybe not a good sign. Tesco just sold nearly 40,000 vegan Vivera steaks in 1 week. So Tesco has, like, these vegan steaks. They look pretty good. That's all I'll say about that. They're also gonna bring them to the Belgium and to the Netherlands. So that's pretty cool. Check it out if you want. Be linked below. I have so many more things to talk about. We're gonna speed through these, okay? Because I've lost track of how much time this is taking me. So, speed round. Oh, it's really fun when you open like 20 tabs and like none of them are loading. There's this candy from the 80s. It's called Bonkers and it's vegan and it's coming back and it looks disgusting, but it's vegan, so. What up? Taco Bell is coming out with chips flavored by their signature sauces. And are they all vegan or just some of them are vegan? Blah, 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 blah. It seems like they're all vegan. So that's pretty cool. I'd love to try them. Taco Bell, while its vegan options are not the most amazing thing that exists, it is Taco Bell, so you can't expect, like, mind-changing, life-changing vegan options. But Taco Bell, man, they really welcome the vegs, they're inclusive as F. You can go on their app, and their app where you can, like, order stuff, and you can make all these different, like, edits to your order. You can say, like, burrito, and then be like, swipe, I want this and this and this, and I don't want this and this and this. It's, like, very easy to customize. You can look at the ingredients for everything on their menu, the nutrition facts. It's very comprehensive and user-friendly. I really appreciate that, so thank you, Taco Bell. I'm hoping that someday they'll come out with a vegan, like, chorizo or something like that. Would be amazing. A vegan cheese would be extra amazing, but I feel like that's a little too optimistic to be asking for at this point. But I just want to like mention that because a lot of people don't realize it, but Taco Bell is super vegan friendly. Even though they might fuck up your order every now and then, as they do, that's fine. But if you Google like vegan Taco Bell, on their own website, they have like a whole post telling you how to order vegan at their places. So that's like extremely wonderful. That's much better than any other of the fast food places on that level. I mean, like I'm meaning like Burger King, Carl's Jr., McDonald's and stuff like that. Taco Bell is definitely like the most vegan friendly out of those. Moving on, Walmart has its own almond milk ice cream now. That's pretty freaking dope. Flavors include vanilla bean, chocolate, berry chantilly cake, mint chocolate chip, peanut butter swirl, coconut almond bliss, mocha java fudge. All flavors are almond milk based, dairy free, gluten free, and non GMO. That's so cool. I don't shop at Whole Foods often at all, so I don't know how their like home brand prices for ice cream are. But someone can let me know how much it was when you found it, if any of you guys have found it. Because I'm assuming that even though it's still Whole Foods, I just always assume that like house brand things are cheaper. So it'd be neat if that was like a cheap ice cream alternative. Because that's like really good flavors. And like many flavors. But also it's like if you're going to if you're going to Whole Foods anyways, like you already have access to a lot of good options. But anyways, it doesn't matter. So, moving on. Straw Keyring Company raises 1.8 million for a single-use plastic-free earth. And I am very like happy about this here article. I watched the video. I'm going to link the video below, but it's kind of cringy. It's kind of funny. It's interesting, and it explains their product well. But basically, it's this reusable straw that, which is like not that revolutionary. Like people already carry around like reusable straws with them. And that's not like a new thing. But it's cool because they made it into like a keychain thing. So it's this little like tiny little container that this straw goes into, and the straw like folds. It collapses into like a little thing and fits into this little keychain thing. And also inside of the keychain is like a cleaner, like a little squeegee that you can clean the straw with. So it's just really cool. I'm very impressed by this. I'm definitely gonna buy one. In fact, I'll probably pre-order one just to like help support them. Although they don't seem like they need that much support considering all this, the 1.8 million they've received so far, or probably more than that by now because this is from May 24th. But anyways, it's called Final Straw. Comes in a few different colors, and I'm really hoping that this is gonna take off. Because like if you pull out your own like reusable straw in like a Starbucks or whatever, someone might ask you about it. Like your friend might be like, "Oh, you do that?" Like, okay, cool. But the main question is like, how is that like convenient? Like, isn't that weird? You have to bring around like a little plastic bag, or probably not a plastic bag if you're that type of person, but like you have to bring around like a little bag and carry your little reusable straw everywhere with you. Like it's kind of funny. And also it's like if you don't have a bag, like where do you put the straw? You can't really just put a straw in your pocket. But this is cool because it folds and it's a keychain. So like you can hook it to your belt loop, you can put it in your pocket, you can hook it to your keys like most people normally would. And also that helps you not to forget it because it's hooked to your keys, something you'll probably always have on you when you're going places. I'm just very impressed. I think it's a very good idea, a simple idea, but a really good and effective one. And I'm hoping that it's going to catch on. Also, my whole point of what I was just saying was that if you pull out a straw, people are going to be like, oh, that's interesting, but I'm not going to do that myself. But if you pull out this little like keychain thing, that's definitely going to get people to be like, what's that? Like you fucking whip out this like bendy straw that turns from like a thing this big into like a whole straw. They're going to be like, whoa, what? What's that? And then they see you like they see that it turns into this nice little keychain, then they'll be like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, they can actually see themselves using that, hopefully, because they see exactly how it works conveniently for the user. Hopefully that made sense as a sentence. I'm not good at explaining things. And award-winning alcoholic beverage brand Bomb Bomb launches vegan hemp milk cream liqueur. There's already a few different non-dairy cream liqueurs out there, but I have not seen a hemp one yet, and it's called Fully Baked, appropriately. Is it? Oh, it's naturally flavored brownie and cookies. So it's brownie and cookie flavored. So that's just perfect in all ways. I've only had hemp milk once and it wasn't good, but I believe it was because it was like an unsweetened, like very like natural version of it. So I'm assuming this is probably delicious because it's brownie and cookie flavored. I definitely want to try this. If I ever see this, I'm buying it no matter how much it costs, and I'm definitely doing like a taste test of it. Maybe like a drinking game video or something, if that's a good idea. I'm not so sure, but definitely I'm going to be keeping up with this. It looks like they might have different flavors too. They have a vanilla one. Oh, like the cookies. Oh, I'm really excited about this. Okay. Moving on. There's Beyond Meat sausages now, in case you guys didn't know. It's a thing that's happening. Apparently they're going to sell them at Yankee Stadium, which is pretty cool. They look pretty good. I'm excited to try them because I feel like there's a lot of different vegan sausages out there right now, but none of them are really as good as I want them to be. Whereas like there's like really good options, not good, but like accurate options for like every other meat, but I feel like sausages is still kind of, it's still kind of getting there. So I'm interested to see how this ends up. But yeah, so those are a thing launching in Europe next year. And also something interesting, Thrive Market to stock Beyond Meat and launch new vegan mayonnaise. I don't know how they're going to stock Beyond Meat. I'm assuming they're going to have to like sell it in those like ice chest things that they give you. Not ice chest, but like it's like a styrofoam thingy, but it probably won't be styrofoam because they're like a zero waste company. Or maybe they're going to do like a vacuum packed thing where it's like, it stays fresh because it's like, not sure. Very fascinating. I'd like to see how that pans out. Food tech startup Just launches vegan cookie dough. Bitch, I tried the birthday cake flavor of this and it is amazing. It was $5 for a little tub. I felt like it was a pretty good deal. I ate it with Casey. First we just ate it and it was amazing. Just like funfetti cookie dough. Just amazing. Just amazing. Oh, just amazing. Anyways, we also cut it up into little chunks and put it in vanilla ice cream. That was also amazing. And you can make cookies out of it, but I feel like I'll keep buying this and I'm never going to. But they have a birthday cake flavor, chocolate chip flavor, and a chocolate mint flavor, which is like a chocolate cookie with mint. And it probably also has chocolate chips in there too or something. I'm not really sure. But anyways, I'm really excited about this. I am very fascinated to see where the Just brand goes. I find them very fascinating. It's also, known as Hampton Creek previously, but they have a lot of interesting products. I feel like their products are very high end. Like this cookie dough was amazing. Their mayonnaises and their ranch are the best that I've had personally. However, the company itself has had a lot of little controversies and is kind of hard to find. Like the ranch, I used to buy it at Target and then Target stopped selling it and now I can't find it anywhere, which is a little upsetting. I believe it might be at Walmart, but the last time I went to Walmart, it was not there. So if anyone in the Central Valley, Fresno area knows where I can get some Just Ranch, let me know. But fascinating company. Look at their website if you're interested. They have a really nice looking website. I was very happy looking at it. I was like, nice. Just clicking things. Nice. Ooh, nice. Um, Another thing, speaking of controversies, is this Just brand, which is known as like a vegan brand, is coming out with clean meat, and it took me a while to understand what this was. I saw a post about this previously. At first, I thought they were just using the term clean meat to mean vegan meat. But they're like, oh, vegan meat is the only clean meat. So I didn't really understand why it was like being advertised as like such a big deal, because I was like, okay, we have lots of vegan meat already. Like, I don't understand the big like hoopla about this, but it's lab grown meat, which is fun. A lot of vegans like feel uncomfortable about this like concept. A lot of vegans are not going to eat it themselves. They will refuse to try it, which I understand because like, I mean, technically it's not vegan because it comes from an animal, but I feel like that's a part of veganism where I separate myself from a lot of other vegans, is that a lot of controversies in the vegan community like stem from different people's different motives for being vegan. So like typically the reason why you're vegan is to decrease demand for animal products in the hopes that you will be able to end like animal exploitation, factory farming, things like that. And so realistically, like while veganism means to boycott all like products that involve animals, if boycotting a product that involves an animal doesn't do anything for the animals, like it doesn't benefit them at all, it doesn't decrease the demand for factory farming and such, then it doesn't really like it's not, I don't know, then do you still need to boycott that product? That sentence may not have made sense. But basically, I'm saying, like, for example, sugar. Sugar, I can never remember if it's like beet sugar or cane sugar. I think it's beet sugar that is sometimes not vegan, right? If it's not organic. We typically buy organic sugar anyways, but anyways, so there's some sugar that isn't vegan, right? And like a lot of vegans choose to not eat it because it's technically not vegan. Like it involves animal bone marrow in the process or whatever, they bone char, whatever. And so you can argue that it's not vegan. However, boycotting sugar doesn't do anything for like the animals. It doesn't like decrease demand for animal products. It doesn't free any animals from factory farming. Like it just doesn't do anything. So why go through the trouble? Especially when everything that you do is seen by non-vegans and responded to. So like if I'm being like, oh, I can't have sugar, like blah 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 blah, like it's not vegan, like then a lot of people will notice that and be like, wow, vegans can't even have sugar? That's crazy. Like sugar is in everything. I can never be vegan type thing. So if it's like, I feel like it's doing more hurt than it is, or doing more harm than it is help for the cause. And so that's just my take on that. But anyways, I feel like the lab meat situation is in the same category. Like technically the lab grown meat is not vegan. I mean, it's not plant-based. It comes from animals, even though there was no like factory farming or farming at all involved. There was no animals needed to be exploited. Maybe like, in the past, but for this particular product, no. I understand people not wanting to eat it, but I don't understand why you wouldn't like support this. I guess you could not support. See, okay, I shouldn't even started to talk about this because I'm just rambling at this point. But I understand if you don't want to like promote clean meat, lab grown meat because of health problems. That's totally understandable. But I mean, healthy or unhealthy, whatever happens, like I'm just happy to see people be able to eat meat that isn't coming from, like, directly from animals in factory farms. That's pretty cool, regardless of whether it's healthy or not. Because there's people out there, and there's many of them, who just are not going to go vegan. They just aren't. And I'm not saying, like, we're never going to be able to see a vegan world, but I'm saying, like, if there's ever going to be a vegan world, if we ever get to that point before the world, like, you know, ends, some people are going to have to die off before that happens. So, like, there's just some people who are never going to go vegan no matter what happens. And so, like, those kind of people, I'd rather see them eating lab-grown meat than farm-grown meat. So, just take that into consideration. But anyways, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that. I personally would try lab-grown meat. I probably wouldn't like it because when the times in the recent years when I have accidentally eaten meat, like, you know, accidentally got a piece of chicken in my meal at Chipotle or whatever, it always tastes gross. Like, I've eaten meat on accident several times over the last few years, and each time it's been like, ugh. So I have a feeling that I'm not even gonna like the lab-grown meat, so it doesn't even matter what I think of it. But I still want to try it just because I'm curious, I guess. So, anyways, share me your thoughts on that. Also, speaking of clean meat, Japanese government invested $2.7 million into a clean meat brand, so that's pretty interesting. Go Japan, right? Japan is just like ahead of us. Also, okay, I think I'm just gonna talk about 2 more things because I need to end this because it's already 1:22 and I was supposed to definitely not go over 1 hour and a half. Like, going over an hour, whatever, that's fine. Like, it's the first one. I can use that as an excuse. But going over an hour and a half, that's just... somebody doesn't have control. Okay, so milk industry struggles to appeal to consumers as plant-based milk market continues to grow. New report shows. So, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with this, but I've been seeing a lot of commercials for milk lately. A lot of commercials for milk and Dairy Farmers of America and such. And most of the time, they are very cringy. They're just embarrassing. Like, I feel embarrassed for dairy people, like the companies that pay for these. They're just fucking weird. There's been, like, a few that I've seen that haven't been bad. Like, there was that one that was, like, this kid's dream or whatever, and all these, like, crazy things were happening, and then it was, like, drink milk. And, like, while the commercial wasn't cringy, it didn't make sense, but whatever, that's for another time to talk about. But anyways, in this article, they mention this brand called Mulu, and it says, earlier this week, the Dairy Farmers of America further tried to regain footing by launching Mulu, a rebranded cow's milk that touts itself as a vitamin and mineral-packed super drink, in an attempt to grow sales by capitalizing on the consumer interest in superfoods. Which already I'm just like, oh, awesome, like 100% cringe. And then I go to the website and it's this bottle that is just so like Tumblr and like aesthetic. Honestly, it's pretty cool packaging, like for milk. It's pretty like stylish, I guess. But then I'm watching the video and it is just so, like, cringy. Like, this girl, what does she say? Something really...
Our culture is obsessed with the hot new thing. The one on Instagram that'll solve your problems and channel your hashtag squad goals. But sometimes the best thing isn't the newest thing. Like milk, the most nutritious drink around. So we worked on our image to make milk.
Anyways, that's, I think, all I need to show. But you guys can watch the whole video if you'd really like to, but it's just so embarrassing to me. Like, in my opinion, this is fucking embarrassing. It's so cringy. Like, it's so obvious what is happening, and I feel like it's so obvious that they're, like, scared, and they're, like, really just desperately trying to, like, appeal to, like, young people and, like, newer generations and be like, hey guys, like, milk is healthy, like, I promise, like, I swear, like, but, like, listen to me, like, milk is cool, like, we're gonna make it cool again, guys, come on, try milk. And basically they just, like, go around and, like, serve a bunch of random people on the street milk. And they're like, yeah, it's got all this protein and blah, 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 blah. And people are like, whoa, like, that's crazy. This tastes so good. And she's like, LOL, it's milk. And they're like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, and then there's, like, supposed to be this, like really emotional, like, breakthrough at the end where the girl's like, I've forgotten about milk. And she's like, yeah, we've forgotten about milk. And she's like, never again. Yeah, like, don't forget about milk again. Like, milk forever. I mean, they don't say that, but, like, that's how it feels. It's just so weird. Such an interesting little thing that's happening. And then it says, who was Mulu designed for? And it says, created out of necessity for a healthy protein-packed alternative to sugar-laden beverages, Mulu is perfect for all those times you need a boost without a crash. Late-night coding sessions. Way to appeal to the youngins and their technology, right? You gotta get your milk for your late-night coding sessions, right? Prepping for a big product launch. Before you meet the parents, imagine, like, downing a bottle of milk before you meet your girlfriend, boyfriend's parents. The calm before a 6-hour road trip with toddler twins. 2 hours into aforementioned road trip. Lazy Sunday movie marathon. Again, can you just picture someone, like, gonna have a movie marathon with their friends and being like, oh, you know what sounds good right now? Milk. Like, I'm sorry, I can't relate. And then I go to their Instagram. I mean, I didn't think they were gonna have, like, a lot of followers, but I thought they were gonna have, like, at least a few thousands, and they have 101 right now. The last time I checked, they had, like, 99 or something. So that's fun. Looks like it's going really well for them. And last thing that I want to talk about, because I'm coming in hot, 127, is Google salad emoji ditching the egg to avoid offending vegans. I don't know what to say about this. Like, honestly, I highly doubt that anyone complained about the egg in the salad emoji. In fact, I didn't even know about this because I don't have an Android. I guess this is just like an Android thing. Yeah, so it's dumb. But anyways, Good Morning Britain posted, was Google right to remove eggs from salad emojis to avoid causing offense to vegans? And the replies are just, like, really embarrassing. Everyone's like, well, half of it is, like, vegans saying, like, we didn't ask for this, like, no one gives a shit. And the other half is non-vegans or, like, anti-vegans, I guess, being like, oh, like, PC culture, like, everybody's offended by everything, like, a bunch of snowflakes, like, this is why I hate vegans, like, and so, yeah, it's a really good time. And I guess that's all I have to say, really. I don't know, I just thought it was interesting. Because I feel like literally no one cared. Maybe Google just wanted to, like, get some conversation stirring because no one talks about Google emojis. But this article is like, Google salad emoji ditches egg and goes vegan because plants have all the protein you need, god damn it. Which is like, okay, like, calm down. We get it. But, like, I don't know. This whole thing is, like, it's not that deep. That's just my reply to, like, all of this. Anyways, that's the last thing that I'm going to talk about for that. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Oh, okay. So, yikes. This is embarrassing. I was supposed to save 10 minutes for a Q&A because I've had, like, some questions on Tumblr and Twitter and whatnot that I was planning on answering at the end of this. So I guess we'll just do that the next time. That was the next thing in my format. I wanted to always, like, end it with, like, a little chunk of, like, answering some questions. Because I get a lot of questions on Tumblr and Instagram and whatnot, and I like that, that's great, and I like to answer the questions, but I also like would like to answer them on a more public level, because a lot of the time like you guys have the same questions, and so like I don't really want to answer it like 20 times. It's much more efficient to just answer it on a thing like this, and you can all hear it, and then you can all receive that advice, that good advice that I definitely have. And also, I wanted to say at the end of each of these like podcasts, another thing that I wanted to include in my little format is that I want to shout out a channel that has less followers than me, or the same. I want to shout out other people who are small YouTubers, such as me, to use my platform for good, right? But anyways, so this episode, I want to give a nice little shout out to Lisa, the Viet vegan. She has a lot of recipes that, for like things that you don't always see, like there's a lot of recipe channels out there, but a lot of them make like the same stuff, and she has like a really good variety of different things, and I want to try everything on here. It all looks amazing. She was one of the first people who, like, another vegan channel with like a significant amount of followers, who like commented on one of my videos and like subscribed to me, and I was like, whoa, like other people know who I am, like, whoa, you know what I mean? But anyways, she's gonna be linked down below, and you guys should definitely check her out. Check out some of her what I eat in a day, what I eat in a week's, or recipe videos. She's got a lot of cool content and good looking stuff. So yeah. And that is the whole shebang. I hope that was moderately entertaining, and I hope it wasn't too lengthy. I guess it does say that I'm at 134 minutes right now, but I guess it'll end up being less than that because I'll have to cut out some stuff. But it's still pretty freaking long. Hopefully I'll be able to cut it down with the upcoming episodes as I learn to speak more efficiently. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a good week/day/summer. And yeah, I'll see you on the flip side. Oh, also, give me comments of a beverage/food that you'd like to see me try in the next podcast, because I'm open to taking suggestions, whether that's something that I can go buy at like Sprouts or Trader Joe's or whatever, or whether that's something that I can make. Definitely do that. And I'd love to make this into like a mukbang type thing. This time I didn't really do that because I didn't really want to eat too much, because as I already stated before, it's kind of late at night, because that's my fault. I'm horrible. But yeah. Anyways, peace.